Alright, let's try this again. Alright, so, in our last adventure, having distinguished myself by tracking down the desert lizard people, the Amalja, who were performing kidnappings in order to feed people's minds to their giant burning lizard god, Ifrit. I earned my way into the Signs of the Seventh Dawn. I also earned the attention of the three grand companies of Eorzea and joined the Maelstrom. And then was sent on a mission to investigate the possibility that the flying cabbage babies, the sylphs, might have been summoning their own god, Remu, who inexplicably is in no way a flying cabbage baby. He is a giant bearded wizard with lightning powers, which is obviously what I think of when I think of tiny little radish people with pixie wings and fanciful hairstyles. Anyway, I found out that Remu is not active, or if he's even in existence right now, he's being chill, and that it's not a problem. So we are moving on to doing other things. Alright, what is our objective? Oh yeah, and I rescued the Sylph Elder from the Thousand Maws of Totorak, which is far less interesting than it used to be after they got rid of all the floor boogers and all the twists and turns and the gathering doodads to unlock doors and crap. But it also takes about 20 minutes less time to play, so I consider that a worthwhile sacrifice. Alright, where are we going? And we are an archer, not a bard. Note once again that I do not have my soul crystal equipped, because the Canon Warrior of Light, yeah, it's weirdly empty seeming now. It I don't know. I mostly agree with the changes that they've done to the janky old dungeons, but I'm glad there's all those like weird optional dungeons that still show kind of how things used to be. Like even though I'm never excited to get like Zemael Darkhold or the Aurum Vale from a roulette, I just like that they exist as a reminder of other design philosophies. Ride my fat chocobo. And give me that Gissel Green! Motherfucker, I will kill you! I want cake! Alright. Tell my man Busker that we have succeeded at our task. See if I can remember what voices I assigned to everybody yesterday. A simple gift. Buscaron has something he wants delivered to the Sylphs. We all want cake. But nobody wants cake like the fat chocobo wants cake. Say, friend, there's something I'd like to ask you to see delivered to the Sylphs of Little Solace. This is Zemael Rose Oil. It's a gift to celebrate the safe return of their tribe's elder, and a token of Gridania's desire to unite. The wood's not what it was. The calamity changed the elementals, weakened them. Until their strength is returned, we must lend them ours to keep the woods safe. But ours alone will not be enough. we must have the strength of the sylphs as well. Only by working together and fighting together, and the 12s would with us. The gift I ask you to bear is a symbol of the hope that both Gridanian and sylph alike will live to see the light beyond this darkness. And elementals are weak. The elementals fucking suck. The elementals start to get strong again. I look forward to putting an arrow through their hearts. They have never been presented as anything but monstrous. Scooty Puff Jr. sucks! A gift from Waking One Buscaron? A gift for these ones? Such a lovely scent. This one has never smelled anything like this before. Walking One Buscaron and his Adventuring One are very kind. Know that this one is deeply grateful. Many Walking Ones are scary. Many Walking Ones utter many lies and much deception. But this one is moved. Let all these ones be friends forever. Yeah, I love you too, Flying Cabbage Baby. Let's wrap up this Ramu plot. This one has been expecting Walking One. This one fetches Elder One. I am the oldest Cabbage Baby. This one is pleased to see Walking One again. Welcome to the home of these ones. Ah, there you are, Siege. We have just been hearing tell of your deeds of daring do. Well done. Ah, the Walking Ones who aided Noraxia. This one is grateful. A pleasure to have been of service. If you do not mind my asking, how did your misadventures come about? This one does not mind. The misadventures, as Walking One calls them, of this one began when the Imperial Ones entered the woods. Fearing trouble, these ones decided to watch Imperial Ones closely. But these ones watched too closely, and Imperial Ones noticed these ones. Having nowhere else to hide, this one fled into Totorak. Would that this one had not. In Totorak, a sinister one, robed in black, tried to feed this one to a many-legged one. A sinister one, robed in black. Why do I have the feeling I should be more worried about that than I am? Elder Frixio. No, wrong voice. Elder Frixio, we come to you as emissaries of the nation of Gridania. This missive bears the words of the Elder Seed Seer. Yep. I'm part of this scene too. This one sees. So Walking Ones of Gridania are fearful of Lord Ramu. Plainly put, yes. Your people summoned the Lord of Leven but once, yet that single occurrence occasioned great alarm. But it's not as if the Gridanians dislike you or anything. Actually, it's just the opposite. They think of you as friends, and they don't want anything to get in the way of that. That's why the Elder Seed Seer wrote to you. This one well knows and respects Horned One Can Senna. Be assured, like Walking Ones of Gridania, these ones have no desire for conflict. These ones resorted to summoning Lord Ramu to protect the wood from Imperial Ones. This one counseled against doing so, but was not heeded. Against this one's wishes, Lord Ramu was summoned, and all those ones who took part became touched ones. Look at my beard. Oh, you can hide a whole sheepdog in here. These ones want so desperately to turn touched ones back to normal ones, but did not know how, and still do not know how. Touched ones, meanwhile, wanted to turn these ones into touched ones, and did know how. So this one fled to little solace with all those ones who did not wish to be bound to Lord Ramu. But walking ones of Gridania need not fear touched ones or Lord Ramu. Unlike other primal ones, Lord Ramu is not callous and cruel. So long as walking ones do not trespass on these ones' ancestral homeland, where touched ones reside, walking ones will not suffer thunderous judgment. I've been in there and fucked with shit so many times. But this one has spoken enough of touched ones. This one would speak instead of these ones. This one said, these ones with walking ones of Gridania, and so these ones ask for a chance to set things right. By way of an addendum, mortals who are tempered come to take home the qualities embodied by the primal in question. In the case of the Sylphs, Ramu's influence has made them fiercely protective of their homeland. That explains why they're hostile towards trespassers. But what about the abductions? A fine question, Ida. The abductions are, I believe, an expression of the tempered Sylph's desire for reconciliation, another quality traditionally associated with Ramu. In the crudest manner imaginable, they seek to bring their fellows back into the fold, a timely reminder that the challenges posed by each primal are unique. Elder Fixio, we thank you for making your will known to us. The people of Gridania will rest easier in the knowledge that they and the Sylphs are united in their desire for peace. Wishing to cooperate, this one has written down the feelings of these ones. Please see that these feelings are conveyed to Horned One Kani Senna. Yep. And with that, I believe we can lay the matter of Ramu to rest. That Sylph Elder's very reasonable, I must say. You could learn a lot from him. Is that a jibe? If so, I feel it only fair to observe that one of us wouldn't recognize reason if it punched her on the nose. Did I say fair? I meant reasonable. Anyway, we're going to head back to the Waking Sands and tell Minfilia all about it. Fear not. We will be sure to mention the instrumental part you played in all of this. And while we see to that, we would appreciate it if you would deliver Frixio's missive to the Adder's Nest. Elder Frixio, we humbly thank you for your time. It has been an honor. The honor is this one's. Together let the walking ones of Gridania and these ones find a way to live in peace. Right. No more cutscenes. No, damn it. Oh, you cauliflower motherfucker. Alright. Please wait, Walking One Siege. This one has yet to give Walking One a token of this one's appreciation. When these ones summoned Lord Ramu, these ones were gifted this crystal. This one would now bestow the crystal upon Walking One as a symbol of these ones' trust. Whoa! Holy shit. I'm in the Kingdom Hearts tutorial zone again. What? I don't want to fight the darkness. This one was not mistaken about Walking One. Walking One is destined to walk a fate far crueler than this one can imagine. A brilliant light from within Walking One enveloped the crystal. This one saw. Mark this one well. That crystal will one day be of use to Walking One. Walking One must keep the crystal safe at all times. Before Walking One returns to Gridania, this one would ask Walking One to watch Touched Ones. So long as Touched Ones are not troubled, Touched Ones will not make trouble. If Walking One witnesses Touched Ones making no trouble, mayhap Walking One can testify to Walking Ones of Gridania that these ones mean no harm. These ones' homeland is fraught with danger. This one marks down safe places to look out for Touched Ones. Okay, no more cutscenes now. Woohoo! There's always dark. Basically, none of the non-dungeon portions of this run have taken place during the day, I feel like. You can tell they're bad guys because they're purple. Purple is a traditional color of villains. There are tempered sylphs in the distance. You do not sense that they pose a danger if left alone. Okay. And then we teleport back to town. Hey, Gridania, how do you like my sweet new bow? It's made out of hellfire. Oh no, your city is made out of trees. I screwed up, I'm sorry. Ah, if it isn't Siege. How went the meeting with the Sylphs? I have this letter from the Elder. A missive from the Sylph Elder himself, if I may. So the Sylphs have no desire for conflict, nor do they intend to summon Remu. And so long as we leave the Tempered Ones be, we need not fear any aggression on their part. The Elder Seedseer will be overjoyed to hear that the Sylphs have welcomed our overtures, and in the knowledge that they bear us no ill will, we may channel our resources towards tackling the more conspicuous threats to our security. You've done this nation a great service, my friend. On behalf of all Gridanians, I give you my thanks. Back from the wood, Commander Hulwa, Commander H appears to have more to say. The Sylphic folk have long been friends to Gridania. The mere thought of being at war with them pained the Elder Seedseer to no end. But owing to your efforts, she'll be able to rest easier. Being the benevolent soul that she is, my lady will surely try to find a way to reverse the tempering process. Once again, I ask you, once again, I thank you. Had the signs of the Seventh Dawn not offered to mediate between our peoples, suspicion and doubt may well have led us into needless conflict. Pray pass on my regards to Lady Minfilia. Speaking of which, there she is. Let me guess, you need me to come back to headquarters. Hello? Hello, Siege? Can you hear me? It is I, Minfilia. Ida and Papa Limo returned some little while ago, and they wasted no time in regaling me with the tale of your exploits. Thanks in large part to you, the name of one primal may be struck from our list of enemies, and the Gedanians may turn their attention to more pressing matters. Well done. If the end of one tale is but the start of another, pray return to the Waking Sands at your earliest convenience. I would appraise you of the present situation in person. Pray return to my stanky butthole. Now, this is only like the second time I've been called back to the Waking Sands in this run, so I shouldn't be pissed yet. This is the main reason I gotta get this crap working on the PlayStation, because these load screens are killing me. Or get it working on the laptop. Oh yeah, Titan Horse. Mumbled lyrics. Sorry, I rode this filthy horse into your front reception area. Well, if it isn't my favorite adventurer, welcome back, Siege. Lady Minfilia awaits you within the solar. Please enter at your leisure. Waking Sands is busy lately. I am surprised by how many new appearing players I keep running into on this track. Hey, it's Wiener Kid. Hey, Wiener Kid. I'm given to understand that the matter of Reimu has finally been resolved. I fear resolved bespeaks a permanence we cannot rightly claim. Yet I am well satisfied that the Lord of Leven will not trouble us in the foreseeable future. Your satisfaction is assurance enough for me. How fares the investigation? Well enough. Thancred is sparing no effort. There are many in one, just as you suspected. Their purpose, however, eludes us still. I see. I've been meaning to ask, but is Alice quite well? I feel as if I have scarcely seen her in recent days. Oh, you haven't, nor have I, alas. Alice has chosen to walk her own path, stubborn girl. But you may be assured that our destination remains the same. And on that note, I take my leave of you. I trust the Baldesian report will serve you well. I take it we can proceed as discussed? What do you ask? You scarce need my permission to act. You smug little turd. Wiener Kid. Someday you will get your shit together and be my favorite person in the whole damn world. But right now, you suck. Teenagers. It's good to see you again, Siege. I've been looking forward to congratulating you on your triumph in the Twelveswood. Owing to your efforts, conflict has been averted. Truly, you have done the Scions proud. With that, we can strike Reimu from the list. So who's next? The Sahagin and Leviathan? The Lord of the World has not answered to his minions' call of late, nor is he expected to do so in the near future. While the Sahagin remain as aggressive as ever, they lack the quantity of crystals required to call forth their god. As with the Sylphs, we can leave them to their own devices, for a time at least. For a time, bears repeating, we can ill afford to fall complacent. It is as Estola says, unless we know the minds of the beast tribes, we cannot predict with any certainty when next a primal will return to plague the land. This being the case, we must proceed with as much haste as prudence allows. Any word on Titan? The maelstrom keeps the kobolds under constant observation. We shall hear from them ere long, you may depend upon it. Indeed. So then, of all the known primals that have been active in recent times, we're left with... Gridania! Wait! I meant Garuda, who is the primal of the Ixal, who live near Gridania. Yes, that's what I meant. So many malms to cover. Would that there were a more efficient way to conduct our surveys. Were he still with us, we should not long have wanted for a more practicable solution. She's not wrong there. Where in the world are you, Chief? But one sure step at a time. Henceforth, the Order of the Twin Adder will handle all matters pertaining to the Sylphs under the sage guidance of the Seed Seers. I bid you all enjoy a moment's respite. You've earned it. Is there something else, Siege? Probably. I don't know what I'm saying to you right now. Oh, beg pardon? A man named La Habrea, sporting a red mask and robed in black. 12th Preserve. Prior to the calamity, the Asians took great pains to remain hidden. Why would they choose to cast off their veil of secrecy now? Gods, this bodes ill. We must take advantage of the present lull in primal hostilities and investigate this La Habrea. Learn all we can of him and his designs. I dread to think... Eek! Tataru! Sylph in Thanalan? At long last, this one finds walking when siege. This one is most dependable of these ones, is sent by Elder One Frixio to help walking ones. This one is called Noraxia. This one comes as a friend. Let these ones be friends. Pleasure to meet you, Noraxia. Totaro needs a new outfit. For all that she's like the fashion queen of the Scions, she has sure been wearing the same clothes for a very long time. What up, Thancred? You possessed by the devil yet? Ah, Siege, pray do not concern yourself with my welfare. My current investigation has yielded some curious results, and at present I am pondering how best to proceed. Alright. Hope you don't die. Yes, Tataru is ready to express her fright as she is to express everything else. Not all of us are forged of the same steel as you, I'm afraid. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to no end to see ours continue to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea are beginning to unite, Siege, drawn to the hope that shines within you. Yet a darkness threatens to engulf this light. Never have I doubted the Ascians' presence, but that they have grown so brazen as to carry out their work in plain sight fills me with a sense of deep foreboding. Uh-oh. We have completed part 2. Oh, crap. What am I gonna do? How will I carry on? I think part 3 carries me all the way to Garuda. Shadow of Darkness. Minfilia would have you investigate the mysterious La Habrea. I'm afraid there is no rest for the weary, Siege. We must delve further into the motivation of the masked man, the Ascian known as La Habrea. This is an ideal moment to do so, while our hands are not bound dealing with... At present, we know little and less about the Ascians, only that destruction follows in their wake. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that racks the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier I sent word to each Grand Company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence that we can ill afford to ignore. Go speak with Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of Flames in Ul'dah to inquire further. How you go about the investigation thereafter I leave wholly to your discretion. But whatever you do, never forget that we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe, Siege. Oh yeah, this is the little go chapter, I think. I forgot about this chapter. Like, Siege's whole backstory as an Alamegan just kind of fell together by accident. Like, I chose Highlander because it gave me the best beard, and I chose Ralgar as his god because Ralgar's month was the 8th month, and I gave him my birthday, so August 10th. And then I looked up what those, a little bit more information about both of those, and was like, oh, hey. That's the appropriate ethnicity and god for this region, so I'm just going to say that's where he's from. And then wound up having great affinity for that part of the storyline. So then having this whole segment where refugees try to summon Ralgar was, oh, who the hell am I talking to? Over here. Hey. The Masked Man? Ah, you come on behalf of the Scions, of course. Yes, as we've already relayed to Lady Minfilia, there's been a sighting of this rogue near about eastern Thanalan. A brass blade stationed at Highbridge described him in detail when he alerted us to suspicious activity. I would point you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Queequern. Fate can be a cruel mistress. But do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, Highbridge sees its fair share of travelers. Folk are always coming and going, and some among them may well have caught a glimpse of your target. You could do worse than to speak with a merchant named Hihibaru. The fellow's always starved for customers, and he'd no doubt welcome your attention, whether or not you have coin or the mind to spend it. Then I will go, and I will hunt Hihibaru as a man hunts a beast. I will talk to him. I'll ask him questions, and I will not shoot arrows at him. Dinosaur time! What up, goats? I'm a T-Rex. You're almost as big as me. Holy crap, those are big goats. Welcome to Highbridge, adventurer. Whatever you seek, I, Hihibaru, can provide it. Probably. You're after a masked man? Huh. Not sure I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after him. You say so sooner. Such an individual might have featured in one of the many rumors I've heard. If you linger a while, may happy to learn a thing or two, eh? Yeah, I remember this being one of those sections that dragged on, and then when they revamped the main story quest, they just slashed like all of it out so that the pieces that are left didn't necessarily have context. Highbridge times. Hihibaru wants to help you find La Habrea. Maybe. When the Order of Melthal began excavating the ruins below, I had hopes that Highbridge would turn into a bustling hub for pilgrims. But thanks to the nigh-endless beastman raids, folk are too afraid to come within a palm of here. I sold everything I owned to get my venture started, and I'm loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out. But if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Whining won't do me any good, though. No, for my business to survive, I need business. Speaking of which, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares, spend a bit of coin to help a struggling merchant? The masked man. I'll take your bloody masked man. I know what I said before, but vague rumors are all I've got. If you want to know about him, go ahead and ask the other merchants. Because, man, if you were actually running a shop here, I would buy some crap from you. But you are a merchant only in the story sense, and not in the mechanically available to be traded gil to sense. On the trail of a masked man. I've heard of him, but only in hushed tones and faint whispers. Said he wears a black hooded robe and looks right suspicious. And that's about all I can say, little though it is. Have I seen a masked man wearing a dark robe? No, I haven't, nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough without shady characters lurking around. Folk have been giving Highbridge a wide berth because of all the Queequern raids. None but the most devout of pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. I don't know where my legs even go. Unless I'm kneeling. I've heard tell of the masked devil. It seems he's been appearing not only around Highbridge, but elsewhere about Thanalan too. Enough folk have reported seeing him to convince me he's more than a figment of the imagination, but little is known about him otherwise. Judging by your expression, I take it you didn't learn much of use. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier. It's just that things are tough for us merchants at the moment. The Queequern raids are so constant. So organized that we're beginning to suspect that someone is orchestrating it all. I tend to put my own welfare first, like most of us do, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise to keep an eye out for your masked man. If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. Where there's smoke, Hihibaru has information that will surely lead you to La Habrea. I finally got some honest-to-God's information on your masked man. Why so confident? Because I saw him with my own 2 eyes. Okay. I suppose I was supposed to, like, walk somewhere and pretend that I didn't see you for a minute. I was out for an evening stroll minding my own business when I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over at Thal's Respite. Curious, I took myself there to find a masked man, your masked man, I'm sure of it, standing by a fire. As if in answer, some Quaquern appeared soon after, and the group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was too far out of earshot to hear much of anything. After the group had dispersed, an idea came to me. If you were to use this smoldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It'll be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt, but you've proven yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So what do you think? That's some sound, reliable information, even if I do say so myself. Well worth all the lingering about you've been doing, wouldn't you say? Are you saying, get the hell out of your store and stop scaring off the customers? Because, done! And why do you keep giving me this piece of crap, goofy-looking random mount thing? Let me land. Why can't I land here? There. Was that not actually rock? Okay. Weird. Oh-ho! It's the Corpse Brigade. You come to punch me, do you? That'll never stop being funny. Back so soon? Were you able to find any clues leading to your masked man? This scroll, it bears a prayer to Ralgr the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Ralgr is the guardian deity of Al Amigo, which is currently under Garlean rule. It's highly uncommon for folk of other nations to revere him. I'd wager my last guild that your assailant was Al Amigan. It seems this masked man of yours is very well connected, I must confess. The merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. That selfsame merchant also senses danger ahead and darkness besides. Are you certain you'd rather not take things nice and slow here at Highbridge? This man's messing with people. Gotta wreck his shit. On to Little El Amigo. Hihibaru has a suggestion to help you with your investigation. The Alamigan bandit you had a run-in with is somehow connected to your masked man of mystery. So it stands to reason that if you want to pick up the trail again, you should head towards Little El Amigo over in southern Thanalan. Just so you know what to expect, the settlement is the favored destination for those refugees who couldn't, well, adapt to life in Ul'dah. The hearts of the denizens are said to be as barren as the wasteland they live in, and for all intents and purposes, it's a lawless place. Be prepared for a not-so-warm welcome. I'm not certain how much help she'll be, but it just so happens I have a daughter who has relocated to Little Alamigo. Her name is Hihira, and it shouldn't hurt to seek her out first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged if you could send my love. Not a day goes by that I don't think of her. I suppose this is it, then. I'd hoped that you would linger here for a while. Cull some fiends, spend some coin, what have you, but something tells me you're destined for greater things. Wherever it is you end up, I wish you the best. Where am I relative? Yeah, I'll take the scenic route for once. Because I haven't been to... I'm only teleporting to places that I've already been to once in the story. I had to do a lot of fashion challenges to get this goofy mount. There was a big chunk of that gold saucer mounted on his crotch. That's awesome. Here I roll in to the place where all the refugees of my people hang out on this literal, luxury gambling mount. Oh yeah, it's on the other side. Okay. Having visited Little Alamigo, I may now teleport here. Why yes, Hihibaru's my father. He said, what? I wish I could be a better daughter to him. It's just that... Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't bother you with family matters, but I'm grateful to you for delivering the message. What brings you here? A masked man. I'm afraid the description doesn't ring any bells, but one of the others here may have seen something. I would recommend you first speak with Gundobald, the leader of the settlement. I must warn you, though, he isn't exactly accommodating to outsiders. Howdy do, Gundobald. Who are you? State your business and be quick about it. I'm Captain C. Zabak, and I'd like to present to you an opportunity. Have you ever thought about selling seafood wholesale? Looking for a masked villain, you say? Why should we help you? Pray. We struggle enough without having to answer the whim of every outsider. You're not welcome here. Be gone. Alright, game over. I guess I'll just fuck off. I wasn't gonna give every single person in this settlement a million gil, but no. T for 3. Gisselbert would like to aid in your manhunt. Well met, adventurer. I'm Gisselbert, head of security here at Little Alamigo. I heard tell that you had business with Gundobald. Knowing the bristly old bear, I don't doubt he told you to bugger off. Owing to their hardships, the refugees don't trust anyone but the men, and I can get so much as a word of thanks out of them, despite watching the place day and night. But thanks or no, I try to help my fellow man when I can, and you seem a decent sort. If you tell me what's brought you here, might be as I can lend a hand. On the trail of a masked villain, you say? Can't say that sounds familiar, but I have men on the lookout for Amalja to the south of here. If there's been any suspicious activity, they're like to have seen it. I had a mind to take them each a cup of sweet fennel and tea so as to lift their spirits. If you were to run this little errand in my stead, they'd be all the more willing to tell you what they know. Lightning horse, lightning horse, lightning horse. Who the hell's are you? I'm trying to conserve energy here, so leave me alone. Have some tea, buddy. I promise I didn't blow my nose in it. Ah, wink. Well, ain't you considerate? My thanks, friend. What's that, a masked villain? Hiding among the refugees like as not. The compatriots as live here go about as though they're dead on their feet. It is near impossible to tell what's on their minds. For all I know, they're all up to no good. Okay, thanks, racist guard guy. Water horse, water horse. Well, that was fun. You there? You an Amalja? No? Then carry on. Yeah, you are a hella good security guy. Ah, this sophisticated aroma. It's been forever since I had a drop of sweet thanalan. I'm going to enjoy this. What? A masked man? Don't know, don't care. Unless he's got dark, scaly skin, stands 10 fulms tall, and has the face of a lizard, then I don't give a mummer's fart. Class act. Shoo, don't bother me. If the Amalja overrun us, I'm blaming you. Have your fucking tea. Oh, for me? You shouldn't have. Sorry? A suspicious masked man? As a matter of fact, I caught a glimpse of someone fitting that description during patrol. Well, I couldn't quite make out whether it was a man or not, what with the mask and the robe, but assuming it was a he was talking with some Alamegans. I assumed he was one of them. I had to take the kids to the amusement park. I'm the saddest stepdad. Ah, you're back. So did my lookouts have aught to share with you? That doesn't sound like much to go by. If you're to get any further in your investigation, it seems to me you'll need the cooperation of the Alamegans. For this, you'll need to win their trust, and that won't be an easy task. Foot in the door. Giselbert would offer you some advice regarding your investigation. So you're determined to press on with your investigation, then I have some advice to offer. As I said before, you won't get far without the Alamegans' trust. And the best way to win that trust is to get a compatriot of theirs, someone they respect, to vouch for you. Coin does the talking in Ul'dah, but the Alamegans are bound by something far stronger, if not as tangible, a common purpose. That purpose is, of course, the liberation of their home from the Garleans. Gundobald belongs to the Alamegan Resistance, so your best bet would be someone who's part of the same crew. If you know any well-connected people, you might want to start by asking them. He said to the guy in the Alamegan Resistance costume, but, yeah, makes sense that... Oh, visiting Menphilia again, damn it. Nope, ahoy, new viewer, Sir Edgeworth. I presume that you are someone that I know, because you are throwing my middle name around. Right. Back to Vesper Bay. Welcome back, Siege. How fares the investigation? I see. Given all that they have suffered, it's of little wonder the Alamegan refugees have lost faith in their fellow man. They've had their homeland taken from them, and for the past 2 decades have had to see it remain in the enemy's clutches, said one Alamegan refugee to another Alamegan refugee, providing exposition for no one. To compound matters, none of the 3 city-states have the means to take in all those who were displaced. As a result, a great many Alamegans now live on the margins of society, suffering poverty and discrimination. Would that more could be done to ease their hardships. I fear that nothing short of reclaiming their homeland would be a lasting solution. But let us deal with one problem at a time. Returning to the matter of your investigation, it just so happens there's an Alamegan native among the Scions. I should be pleased to introduce him to you. Meeting with the Resistance. Menphilia wants to introduce you to an Alamegan member of the Scions. Your Alamegan comrade is named Haribert. He joined our cause in the hopes that he might find a way to liberate his homeland. While he spares no effort towards that endeavor, I have no doubt that he would be glad to assist you. If I recall correctly, Heribert is currently between missions. Try looking for him in the storage area. This guy's got quality hair. If it isn't Siege Zavak, the Scion's rising star, is there aught I can do for you? You wish to win the trust of the people of Little Alamigo. That's a daunting task, my friend, even for our own countrymen. I'd like nothing more than to help, but I'm afraid my name no longer carries weight with that lot. I used to be a member of the Alamegan Resistance, you see, but I left in favor of joining the Scions. Though my allegiance may have shifted, my purpose remains ever the same, the liberation of Alamigo. Yet whatever my reasons were, I abandoned my comrades, and they'll have nothing to do with me. Now, while I may have no more friends in the Resistance, I know someone who does. Her name is Albreda, and she is a resident of Quarry Mill. Say my name when you meet her, and she won't lead you astray. Well then, back to Quarry Mill. I guess I could check in with the Scions who were here, but nope, too late, already teleported. Oh, nice. Well, welcome to the stream. I run this at least once a week, so I'm thinking probably 2 going forward. Or probably 2 times a week going forward, just because the pace has been pretty slow so far, and I would like to get caught up with the main story quest so I can start streaming new content when it's new. Hey, you want me to introduce you to the Resistance? Ha! Why the hell should I do that? Give me just one reason. I'm the Warrior of Light and hero of this video game. Harrybeard sent you. That worthless whoreson, he abandons his comrades, his woman, and now he has the gall to ask me for a favor? Simply incredible. I realized Harrybert was only doing what he felt was right. He's a good man, and if he trusts you, then that's all I need to know. You see that bloke there? That's Meffred, a captain of the Resistance. I hope he can give you what you need. Yeah, this is 14. Yeah, the premise of what I'm doing here is a run. Basically, after you've completed a segment of content, you can pull it up from a menu and kind of replay it as though you hadn't done it already, and you won't get any rewards for it. But you can still just go back and do the story for fun. And then the generic character who's featured in the trailers for the game uses specific classes for each section of content. So I'm playing through the game as the classes used by the hero in the trailers for each section. So he started out as an archer, then he became a warrior using an axe, and then a dragoon for the first expansion, and a monk and samurai for the second expansion, Dark Knight for the third expansion, and a paladin for the fourth expansion. So I'm basically just going to go through each section of content as the jobs that the Canon Warrior of Light uses. And hopefully, if I move fast enough, today's content will see me finish being an archer and move on to being a warrior. Not that being an archer isn't cool, but I would rather be swinging an axe than shooting a bow. Killing him softly. Meffred needs help tending a wounded brother. I am Meffred, a proud man of the Alamegan Resistance. What business do you have with me, adventurer? Captain, it's Galleon, sir. His wounds is gone and festered, and he's burning up. I don't think he's got much time. Gods damn it. I asked the villagers for aid, got on my knees and begged, but they refused to lift a finger. If Galleon dies, his blood is on their hands. These quarry mill cravens would turn a blind eye to our plight, but they might listen to Albreda. I fear my anger will prevent me from rightly convincing anyone at the moment. I realize we scarce know each other, but this is a matter of life and death. Please, adventurer, go to her and try. This one is a lot less of a grind than 11 was. This one, if you just play along with the main story quest, it will generally keep you at an appropriate level to participate in the main story quest. So the levels roll in about as quick as the new content needs the levels to roll in, basically. One of Mefford's is in a bad shape, you say? I'm sorry, but there's naught I can do. I want to help, truly I do. They're my countrymen, after all. But that'd mean going against the Elementals' will. The Elementals are dormant. The Elementals haven't said jack crap. It's just the racist-ass Gridanian priests who keep saying that. Screw the Elementals and screw the hierarchy of Gridania. Anyway, carry on. I've been at Quarry Mill long enough to know how right terrible these beings can be. I couldn't forgive myself if everyone gets banished because of me. If there's anyone who can help you, it'd be Charlene, the hamlet's resident hearer. If you take the matter to her, might be she'll listen, though I wouldn't get my hopes up. Nope, wrong guy. Alright, racist elf, what's your deal? You wish to aid the Alamegans. You're possessed of a kind heart, adventurer, but I'm afraid I have not the authority to grant you your wish. This authority belongs only to the elementals, the eternal guardians of the 12 Wood. All outsiders, be they babes at the breast of the or men grown, are judged of a night whether they may have a place beneath our boughs. Alas, the Alamegans' petition has been denied. Harsh though it may seem, they do not have leave to receive of the wood's bounty. Ever has it been since time immemorial, and ever shall it be. Your elementals suck, and you suck. That's how it's to be, then. The bloody hearer might as well kill Galleon herself. Spit on the elementals and spit on their bloody will. I cannot wait until the resistance is free of this place. Helping Horn. Mefford needs your help to save a wounded comrade. I led my men to Quarry Mill hoping to find refuge. Instead, we found indifference. The cold-blooded bastards here want us out, and I can't oblige them soon enough. The problem is some of them aren't fit to travel. Hell's Galleon can't even stand. As you well know, the people of this accursed hamlet won't help us, so I've no choice but to turn to you, adventurer. In my homeland, long antelope horn is a traditional remedy with poison-purging properties. If you could bring me, say, 4 horns, I'd forever be in your debt. Hell yes, brother. Being my terrifying fire horse. Can go and wreck some antelopes. Antelope. Antelope. The fun thing about this is that even though I'm playing old content, I'm still a level 90 character, so I'm still at the current level cap. So I get levels synced down for like instance content for like dungeons and stuff. I'll participate in dungeons at the appropriate level for them. But anytime they ask me to hunt something on the overworld, it's just a complete slaughter. Riding on this dead guy's head. Ah, you're back. Tell me you've got 4 horns with you. I do have 4 horns. How'd you guess? You're godsend, adventurer. Praise Ralger. There's at least one man in this place who gives a damn. Now we just need to find a way to prepare them. You wouldn't happen to know a man named Buscaron, would you? Some comrades of mine told me about him once. They said he never turns away folk in need, no matter where they're from. Seeing as he runs a tavern, he's likely to have tools to make the medicine I'd be grateful if you could take the horns over to him to have them ground down. When he's done, bring the powder back and give it to Faramund here. Godspeed. I mean, technically I am a level 90 alchemist, but we're going to pretend we don't know that. As I ride my happy little bean sprout across the sky. Buscaron, I don't want to talk to you again. You wasted a lot of my time earlier, but okay. Ah, Siege. Ever a sight for sore eyes. How fares the adventure? Rolling in the coin like there's no tomorrow, no doubt. Huh? You got something to show me? Well, these look like good old antelope horns. Need them ground down to make a medicine, you say? Here's a better idea. I'll give you some of the stuff I have in my stores. I am no stranger to the remedy. An Alamegan friend once used it to treat my festering wound years and years ago. Safe to say he saved my life. What's that? This is for an Alamegan soldier in Quarry Mill. Ha! So it comes full circle. Well, I hope it helps the poor sod as needs it. Oh, don't worry your little head off about payment. I still owe you a deal more than you owe me, I reckon. Damn right you do, you time-wasting asshole. Go do my chores. Go take this piece of jewelry to this rat man who used to work for me. I don't know why Buscaron irritates me so much more than a lot of other time-wasting NPCs. He just does. At least he's not the company of heroes. When I get to that chapter, when I'm having to deal with the company of heroes, I'm just going to be spitting venom for like 3 hours. It's well to see you returned. Have you the medicine for our brother? Gods bless you, adventurer. We'll see that Galleon receives treatment at once. Hopefully this will allow the captain to rest easier. It's been a terrible burden on him trying to keep every man alive. You've done us a great kindness, friend. He ain't heavy. Mefford needs your help to find a missing comrade. Adventurer! Galleon's gone missing. He's nowhere to be found. He shouldn't be walking about, not with those wounds. If he doesn't get the proper medicine and rest, his condition's like to deteriorate to where it was before, or worse. We need you to help us find him, and quickly. Start by asking Elbreda. Might be as the woman's seen something. It's about time you came asking about Galleon. I watched him leave Quarry Mill some time ago, and he left me this sealed letter before he went off. Made me swear not to open it until someone came asking. My brothers, I cannot bear to be a burden any longer. That is why I must leave you all. Do not worry for me. Just find your way safely to Little Alamigo. Blast it. Would that I'd known what he was thinking. I'd have stopped this folly myself. The love Galleon bears for his brothers is so strong, he's willing to sacrifice himself for them. Make no mistake, entering the wood in his weakened state is suicide. Like, why don't you just talk to each other? You are across... Anyway. Out in the wilds, alone? That fool! That great big sentimental fool! My men and I will scour the wood for Galleon. Please help us find him before something terrible happens. I'll ride Freaky Unicorn Lizard, the Shadow Horse, whose name I can't remember. I will get there faster than you, because my map has hero markers on it that tells me where stuff is. Ooh, watch out! A goblin! Da 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 da. Ba da ba da ba ba da ba. Okay. Galleon! Captain, but why? You should all be on your way. Who do you take us for? We're Alamegans, and Alamegans never forsake one another. Hardships be damned. Remember the oath we swore, gods damn it. The oath to reclaim our homeland. We'll set foot on Alamegan soil again, together, or not at all. Do you understand me? Yes, sir. Good. Let us return to our brothers. Oh, and don't even think you'll get off lightly. As soon as you're healed, we'll give you such a thorough thrashing you'll wish we didn't find you. I can't thank you enough for saving Galleon. I'll see you back at Quarry Mill. Why don't you just give me the next quest step here, man? And I will ride on my Gamera turtle. Time to spin until I barf. Galleon's expected to make a full recovery. We'll linger here till he's strong enough to take the road again. As much as I mislike this place, beggars can't be choosers. Come highly recommended. Mefford wishes to repay your kindness. Now that things are relatively settled, I seem to recall that you wanted something of me. You've proven a true friend to my people. Ask of me anything, and it's yours, so long as it's mine to give you. The cooperation of the people of Little Alamigo. That's all. Far be it from me to question your desires, of course. Very well. I'll provide you with a letter to show to Gundobald. The old bear was my mentor when I first joined the Resistance. He's intimidating to those who don't know him, but he takes care of his own. I've no doubt that he'll do all in his power to aid you. Well, hooray! Back to Little Alamigo to make the quest happen. Or to make the plot happen. Okay. Gundobald! Read this letter. Why have you returned? You're not welcome here. I thought I made that clear. You spoke with Mefford. It's been so long since I last heard from him, I'd feared him dead. Well be praised. Well, whoever you are, Mefford sees you as a friend. And any friend of Mefford is a friend of mine. I know of this masked stranger you seek, and will tell you what I can. The bear and the youngin's cares. Gundobald is willing to share with you what he knows of the masked stranger. An outsider resembling your masked stranger has reportedly been appearing near Little Alamigo of late. What's more, it seems that some of our young bloods are meeting him in secret. No doubt you'll want to question them about their trysts, but they're not like to yield the information readily to an outsider. If you tell them I sent you, though, they may well feel obliged to talk. A masked man, no idea what you're talking about. I ain't done nothing wrong, so leave me be. Gundobald sent you? Listen. I told him it was a bad idea. All that tripe about believing a masked man and... Oh, you don't know anything about this. Why didn't you say so to start with? You can't throw the old bear's name around like that and expect me to not think I'm in for it. I need to figure out how to sync more of this with daylight hours. It is so dark all the damn time. Oh well. We'll talk to Sifrid. What's happening, Sifrid of the extremely shadowed face? What? Have I been meeting any masked men lately? Huh, let's see. Nope, can't say that I have. But I'll be sure to tell all my friends you're looking for him. Sifrid, if I had any agency, I would beat you until you went blind. But the story won't let me just attack you. There's a bunch been skulking about right suspicious-like, but I've got nothing to do with them. I know trouble when I see it, and that there's trouble, mark me words. So you have indeed confirmed my suspicions about a masked man. That is most troubling. Whatever the young ones are scheming, it can lead to no good end. There's an anger inside them. I can see it in their eyes. I ought to know, for it once burned within me as well. 2 decades ago, that same anger drove me and my brothers to rise against the despot who ruled Alamigo. Naught would do but to depose him and usher in a revolution. Well, we got a revolution all right, but it cost us our freedom. Blinded by our hate, we didn't realize that we'd been dancing to the Empire's tune. By the time we did, it was too late. Alamigo had fallen. There are times when a man must be patient. Now is such a time, though the young ones know there's not. Unless we intervene, they're like to commit great folly. If you learn aught of their plans, I would thank you to bring word to me. Let's talk to Hremfing. Wilrid wants you. Hremfing has a secret message for you. Hey, adventurer, you done talking with the old bear? I got a message for you from Wilrid. Lad's something of a leader among the young ones here. He's impressed that you've won over Gundobald and wants a word with you. Says he'll be waiting over at a craggy area north of here. This is an ambush. He's gonna assassinate me. Well, bad news, Wilrid. I'm at the level cap, sucker. And even when I was a level 27 character, you were kind of a wuss. Thanks for coming, friend. There's no ordinary outsider who can gain the trust of the old bear. That's why I wanted to meet you, to discuss something in private. Tell me, why are you snooping about? Did the Empire send you? Or someone else? Quarrel got your tongue? No matter. Whoever it is you work for, your meddling ends here. Get him! One for you. And one for you. You're stronger than you look. This changes nothing. Threaten us, beat us bloody all you like, but nothing short of death can make us give up our fight. We're going to obtain the power to bring down the Empire, and with it we'll reclaim our homeland. Can I fly in through this window? Yes, I can. Sweet. Bye, Kieran. Attacked by Willred and his cronies. But they'd go to such lengths for the sake of this plan of theirs. Oh, see you, Ed, if you're not already gone. Left to their own devices, the young fools are like to harm others, if not themselves. We must uncover their agenda and put an end to this madness. Big trouble in Little Alamigo. Gundobald needs your help to rein in the young ones of Little Alamigo. Willred mentioned obtaining the power to bring down the Empire. Of what power could he be speaking? Gundobald! Hi! Bertliana. Gods preserve, what happened? I was out foraging when the Corpse Brigade came. They took me to their hideout, and the whole while they laughed at me. They said that I suffer because I cling to hope. Is it wrong to dream of home? Is it wrong to call ourselves Alamegans? Do not heed such poisonous notions, child. Our dreams are what sustain us. Be strong. I swear to you, those villains will answer for their crimes in due time. But tell me, does anyone else know of this? Willred, he saw me outside. He was so angry. I must tend to Bertliana. In the meantime, I need you to find out what the young ones make of this. I fear they may do something rash. I hope so. Kind of bugs me that nobody's gone through and swept out the Corpse Brigade. You found map of Zanrak. What those animals did to Bertliana is unforgivable, and to think they look down on us. Well, I'll suffer this humiliation no more. I'm with Willred to the bitter end. I'm not afraid of a few lizards. You found hunting knife. O mighty Rauger, Lord of Destruction, we implore you, lend us your strength and put an end to the suffering of your people. Huh. Here to interfere again. Well, you're too late. Our plan is already in motion. Once we have the crystals, our enemies will pay for their crimes, and no one will dare oppress us ever again. If this plan succeeds, we'll have the power to lay the Empire low, to change the world for the better. Might be as Gundobald's content to eke out an existence in this musty old cave, but I'll be damned if I'm going to spend the rest of my life here. Now where in the Seven Hells did I put that bloody map? So they mean to summon a primal. Would have been kind of cool if they got away with it, honestly. I mean, I would have fought and killed it immediately, but, you know. Seeing messed up primal Ralger. She might have actually looked like Alamegans instead of the thing that we fight in the Aglaya raids. Gone. The whole lot of them. The Misses are feared. They mean to take matters into their own hands. Well, what exactly is it that they mean to do? What hunting knife and Zanrak map? What's this? A hunting knife and a map of Zanrak. Wait, you said Wilred spoke of crystals, did you not? They couldn't possibly mean to. By the gods, this is rank mad. They have no notion of how dangerous the Amalja are. They'll be butchered before they get within 100 yalms of the crystals. Find them before it's too late. Wilred, did no others survive? This is all wrong. Getting the crystals was supposed to be the start. We were going to reclaim our homeland. We... Pull yourself together, lad. We were going to make it an offering of crystals to Ralgar to summon him, just like the masked man taught us. We plotted to sneak into Zanrak and make off with the lizard man's cache. But they caught us, and so many dead. Gods forgive me. Heathens, you shall pay for your crimes with your souls. I regret our young one's transgressions, but a soul is too high a price for youthful folly. For all their failings, they are the hope of the Alamegan people. This hope I will guard with my life. And I'll guard it with this bow that I made out of your dead god. What's up, lizard men? I killed a freak. And I will kill him again, many more times. Recreationally. Ha 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 ha. Let the NPCs paint for me. These guys show up in enough numbers that they can actually hurt me. I have extremely limited healing abilities as a bard. Well, that was some compelling gameplay right there. Your skill at arms is impressive, adventurer. Our wayward youths could learn much from a man like you. The battle is won, but it'd be unwise to linger here. Let us return to Little Alamigo. Wait! We've come all this way. We have to get the crystals. They're right there, ripe for the picking. Have you learned nothing, Wilred? Did you not see those tempered wretches? Such is the fate of those who are touched by a god. Is that what you desire for yourself and your friends? What? No one said anything about... The masked man told us we could defeat the Empire if we summoned Ralgar. He swore. Enough. I'll hear the rest of the sorry tale back in Little Alamigo. I dare say Siege will wish to hear it as well. Get a little drink here. No more lies. Wilrid, tell us everything. I was outside with the others when he appeared, the masked stranger. He told us about summoning Rauger, about using crystals, and then just vanished. We never saw him again. I wanted so desperately to believe that we could raise ourselves from this squalor, that I never stopped to question his motives. But I should have known. There's no solution, nothing we can do to change our lot. Our people are doomed to live and die like beasts. Listen to me, Wilrid. Our home may be lost to us, but it takes more than stones and mortar to define who we are. No matter where we may be, Alamigo lives on within us all. It's for you to decide what to make of this legacy. But whatever you choose to do with your life, never forget that you owe it to this adventurer, an outsider. Like, man, I'm from Alighieri. I grew up, like, right underneath the mountain with the boat on it. Well, okay, outsider away. I won't. I promise. Thank you for saving me. And sorry I tried to kill you. My thanks as well, friend. It gives us hope to know that there are kind souls such as you out there. Little Alamigo may not have much in the way of comfort, but you'll always be welcome here. Made the whole basement of my house a church of Rauger, just so the refugee population could come and hang out, but y'all are just like, outsider this, outsider that. We're back to square one. Gundobald wants to wish you well on your investigation. Would that we had more information to offer, but what Wilrid told you is the extent of our knowledge of the masked stranger. Left unchecked, that man will bring about great pain and suffering. I pray that you'll find and put a swift end to the creature, for the sake of the young ones who died by his poisoned words. And back to the Waking Sands. Come on, map. Oh yeah, right in the allergy ball. Enjoy my pollen, assholes. I am faster than you, flying monkey. Provided I stay in the air. What's up, Tataru? Good morrow, Siege. I trust your investigation is faring well. Alright, that was... Yep. Everything's great. Welcome back, Siege. I'm reliably informed the investigation took you to Quarry Mill and Little Alamigo. So tell me, were you able to learn aught of La Habrea? Like, we have a link pearl. I can just give you my own reports instead of you having spies watch me. Planted the knowledge of summoning in impressionable young minds, you say. Precisely the kind of deception the Asians would employ. While many of the ills that ail the land can be attributed to the calamity, some are being brought about by a malign will. We must needs delve deeper into this, while things remain quiet on the primal front. All work and no play makes Minfilia a dull scion. Did you say something? Nothing, milady. Ahem. Mayhap we ought to rest a while before speaking further of the investigation. No, I'm trying to get to level 30. I want to be a warrior. Terror at Fulgord. Minfilia has another lead for you to pursue. While you were tending to business in Thanalan, some new information arrived courtesy of our friends the Sylphs. An individual fitting La Habrea's description has been sighted in the North Shroud. This sighting comes in the wake of a series of mysterious deaths in the selfsame area. My instincts tell me that our man is involved. I would have you continue your investigation where you left off. 12 willing will pick up La Habrea's trail once more. Noraxia can furnish you with the details. Pray speak with her, and take it from there. As always, be careful out there, Siege. Lady, I am a one-man god-killing army. I will hunt down dragons who are older than my species. I will hunt down extinction event space robots. I will kill every god that I ever meet. Don't you worry about me. I will punch a hole through time and space, go literally to hell, and kill several creatures that call themselves the Queen. Walking One is to investigate Sinister One? Then heed well this one's words. This one is friends with the Walking One in Ash Crown Consortium. According to Friendly One, a digging one named Medrod had an encounter with a scary masked one. This masked one is most certainly a Sinister One. Walking One should go and speak with Digging One Medrod. Digging One is to be found at Fulgord Float in the North Shroud. Oh, I should see what Papalimo and Ida have to say about this. Look, Noraxia, I realize this makes no sense to you, but you must try to be more discreet. Years ago, a law was enacted in Ul'dah whereby... Please just trust me and stay out of sight. Noraxia and I both wear a mask. We're going to get along famously, I just know it. I guess we'll see what other scions have to say. Knowest thou the import of the broken staff within the solar? It fell from the grasp of Archon Louisoix, the man who, in his abiding love for all Eorzeans, shielded us against the storm of the calamity. The stars wheel across the heavens, and the skies brighten once more. The survivors gather and ignite a fiery dawn to burn away the glowering shroud. Ah, but Destiny, thou art beautiful. Alright, if I'm in a hurry, I should have known better than to talk to Urianger, but I got step. As you have doubtless witnessed in your travels, the lands of Eorzea are gasping under the pull of a suffocating darkness. I must wonder if it is this darkness that invites disaster, or simply that disaster has left such a gloom in its wake. One thing is for certain, now is not the time to relax our vigilance. Alright, later. Oh yeah, hi Biggs and Wedge. Now, to hunt eyeballs. I would very much like to get to Hockey Manor tonight. It's one of those places that I wish an NPC would pronounce it in-game. Hockey, Hawk, Hawk, Hawk. Please, leave me be. I'm not long for this world. I look death in the face. It's only a matter of time before he comes for me, just like he came for that poor woman. Medrod is clearly traumatized. Perhaps if you were to soothe him, he might remain calm for long enough to hold a conversation. Medred, the giant tool bag. Get your shit together, buddy! Wonder what happens if I just slap him. Let's find out. Pow! Mommy, I'm sorry I wasn't a better son. I'm sorry I didn't eat my grains and do my chores. Awesome. You're right. It's not as bad as it seems. I saw something terrible, that's true, but that hardly means I'm going to suffer the same fate. Thanks to you, I can think straight again. I believe I can even recount what I saw without losing it. It was just another ordinary day. I was headed back to the float when I noticed a suspicious character in the distance. A masked man garbed head to toe in black. He had a hideous fiend in tow, a winged creature that was all eyeball and jagged teeth. Taken by curiosity, I crept as near as I dared. To see the corpse of a woman. One glimpse was enough to tell me that she died a gruesome death. In that instance, I knew right away the masked man was a minion of Foul come to claim her soul for his realm. No? What? You're investigating the same masked man? If that's the case, we'll help you in whatever way we can. Anything to ensure that we won't have to suffer Medred's hysteria ever again. All right, teamwork. That's what I wanted to... Wait, I haven't been that bad, have I? At any rate, I'm all for helping this adventurer. It's the least I can do to repay him for comforting me. Alright. I have been streaming for almost 2 hours, so I'm going to take a quick 5 to refresh my beverage and visit the restrooms. And then I will be right back. Alright, I am back. Thanks for being patient with me, viewers. Let's carry on with this investigation. What's up, smoking lady? Ziz is so ridiculous. Adine has a proposal to make concerning your investigation. So here's what I know about the deaths. All the victims were found with their faces torn to shreds. Among the local fauna, only a scalekin known as Ziz could inflict such wounds. That's why some folks are pointing the finger at them. I somehow doubt that the answer's that simple, but for the sake of thoroughness, we should look into it. Why don't you put down, say, 3 of the creatures and see if you can find any proof connecting them to the deaths. Thank you for an extremely basic-ass MMO quest. We'll ride Master Chupon, the terrifying suction demon. Wrong way. This way. One big dead lizard bird. Two big dead lizard birds. 3 big dead lizard birds and a bonus balloon. You've already seen to the Ziz. Good work, adventurer. So were you able to find aught to suggest the creatures are our culprits? No. Nothing. Truth be told, even if there were proof, I wouldn't know what it looked like. Anyway, I believe we can safely strike Ziz from our list of suspects, which leaves us with the masked man and his winged eyeball. Rock of Rancor. Adine has further knowledge of the mysterious deaths. There's something else I heard about the deaths. It appears that all the victims have been comely maidens. I better watch myself, eh? Unseemly japes aside, there's a rumor been going around. There's some whisper that after each victim died, her rancor went into the great big rock southwest of here, causing it to flash and moan. Listen, this bears investigating, I reckon. I'm going to give you a fire sand stick to blow off a piece of that crag. The stick doesn't come with a fuse or anything, so you'll have to throw the thing. Once you've torn the rock a new one, bring back some of the fragments and I'll give them a gander. Sure, yeah, just send me out casually doing demolitions for you. Nope. What up, my brother from another mother? Here we go. Boom! Now we get to pick up a bajillion weird crystals while somebody fights a rock monster in the background. Compelling gameplay. Oh yeah, my radioactive dragon dog. Playing my favorite combat track in the game. Most folk are too scared to go within 100 yards of the Rock of Rancor. Aye, it has a name. What's a few vengeful spirits to a dauntless adventurer like you, eh? Listen, lady, it's just full of lightning crystals. It's just a big-ass battery. Huh. Why, these are just your garden variety crystals. It's a bit hard to tell beneath all the dirt and grime, but they're definitely lightning aspected. I almost hate to say it, but that explains the flashing and moaning. Nothing to do with the masked stranger, looks like. Or, looks like I've gone and wasted both your time and a perfectly good fire sand stick. Oh well. How about this, jackass? What you got for me? Seeing eye to winged eye. Ivor Alt has information to share regarding your investigation. There's something you should know. I've been keeping this to myself, lest I worsen Medrod's paranoia. But I too have seen the winged eyeball. Ooh. I cannot say whether it was coincidence, but my sighting took place precisely the same time as Medrod's. I was heading home after a day of digging when a shadow fell over me. Looking up, I found myself locked in a gaze with a giant eyeball. I let out a scream at the top of my lungs and ran without once looking back. This had happened at the rocky area west of here, in case you had mind to investigate. The rocky area west of here, that narrows it down? You mean the entire west half of the zone? Which bird was this? Oh, this is the Nidhogg bird. Okay. I was confused because it's purple instead of red like all of his weapons. So later, a bunch of the boss monsters in this game for each expansion will give you special mounts. In the first version, or the original game, it was all horses, and then in the first expansion it was all birds, and then magic dogs in the second expansion, and so on. And if you collect all the mounts that are tied to those bosses, then you get a special super cool mount. So I've got a bunch of those, but not all of them. Nowhere close to all of them. Oh no! A heavy bane mite. That has a whole bunch of eyes instead of one big eye. Fun fact, before they trimmed about half this quest line out, you used to have to run out to the west end with the rocks and then back to Fallgourd Float at least 3 times as many times. A monstrous bane mite appeared and you slew it? That creature had long been a scourge upon the folk of Fallgourd. Intentional or no, you've done us a great service. You have my gratitude. But this does make me wonder. Was it truly a winged eyeball I saw, or merely a trick of light combined with blind panic? Power of deduction. Medred is troubled by the dearth of new developments in the murder investigation. There have been no promising leads in the murders. I can scarce get a wink of sleep, knowing the killer is still at large. Judging by your furrowed brows, I take that this sorry business troubles you as much as it does me. I'd been pondering my encounter. I was uncertain for a time, but there can be no doubt it was a winged eyeball that I witnessed. It's implausible that I could have mistaken so distinct a creature for a banemite. But you and I were malms apart. How could we have both seen it at precisely the same time? What's more, our adventurer friend here had a run-in with a banemite at the very spot you claimed to see the fiendish eyeball. Isn't that right? There must be an explanation. I know I saw an eyeball with wings. I would wager an apple tart on it. Ooh, he's serious. But listen, mayhap it's not as mysterious as we're making it out to be. There's no reason why there couldn't be... Gods, of course! There must be more than one of the buggers. Ugh, it's so obvious. But then that means, since there have been repeating sightings of these fiends, then there must have been more victims as yet undiscovered. What? I do believe we're out of our depths. We have to leave the rest to the expert. Yes, we're just civilians after all. Good luck, adventurer. It was a pleasure knowing you. While I burn to know the truth, some things are best left unknown. Most of you have forgotten, it was the rocky area to the west that I had my encounter. Should you discover aught of note, you'll want to alert the authorities. There's a guardhouse nearby. The serpents there should be pleased for any information that pertains to the security of the region. Almost done with this quest line, yeah! So speaking of those special mounts that you get for getting all of the boss mounts, this is the Phoenix that you get for accumulating all of the magic falcons from the Heavensward bosses. So isn't that neat? Mangled corpse. Dun dun dun. Oh, snap! It's a floating eyeball. Don't shoot me with your eye juice. If you didn't want me to shoot you in your giant eyeball, then you shouldn't have had it right in the front of your face. Then I immediately summoned my Halloween mount. That's awesome. Good timing. Hey everybody! I found the flying eyeball, and he's friendly, and he just wants to tell us about Halloween. Oh, I'm not going back to Paulgord. I'm looking for the guard posts. Greetings, adventurer. Is there aught I might assist you with? I have this ravaged corpse from my inventory. Gods be good. Not again. No matter how many bodies I see, I cannot seem to get used to the horrid sight. Poor woman. Identical deaths have been reported in the central shroud. While the masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any, sightings of the winged eyeballs are common enough. The creature appears to be moving the bodies, but to what end, none can say. The victims have all been young women. All are found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition. It's been difficult to identify them, so as to notify the next of kin. Huh. This button, engraved with a lily motif. The very same object was found upon another victim. A family sigil? Or that of an organization, perhaps? Either way, I dare to hope that this find will prove pivotal in solving the murders. Secret of the White Lily. Ethel Mayer wants you to hold on to the button. I would have you hold on to the lily button. You'll need it to continue your investigation. While it isn't standard procedure to entrust key evidence to individuals, you've proven yourself reliable and resourceful in this matter. I see no reason why you shouldn't carry on your work. If I might make a suggestion, you may wish to take the button to Gridania and have it examined by Mayun. Mayhaps someone in her vast network of contacts can shed light upon its sigil. I will do just that. Nope, south. Get my orientation straight. Oh, well, that's a username that I trust to not be up to any kind of chud politics. Good day to you, Siege. By your grim expression, I suspect you aren't here for scones and herb tea. Well, isn't this a lovely little button? The engraving is quite exquisite. Artisan level quality, I would say. Did you say you found this? On a dead body. Lovely. Anyway, I'm afraid I do not recognize the lily sigil. You'll have to find the answer the old-fashioned way, by asking around. You could do worse than beginning with Bernadette, over by the Etherate Plaza. She has a sharp pair of eyes, that one. There's another Mooglestone event coming up, isn't there? No. Need help tracking down the owner of a button. That's certainly not a request I receive on a regular basis. Well, go on then. Show me what you have. Seems to be some manner of decorative button, reminiscent of those worn by the families of old. I can't claim to know its sigil. However, I can say with certainty that the white lily is a recurring theme in Gridanian culture. Alas, I do not know who would make a personal sigil of it. If there's a soul in Gridania who does, it would be Singuled, over at the Lancers Guild. The woman makes a point of knowing all the citizens on a forename basis. Reeled in. To the Lancers Guild. Bernadette believes I can help you. Well, that's a rather bold assumption to make. I'll try to assist, never you fear. Whether aught comes of it is another matter. Now then, what do you require of me? Fascinating. Work of this quality is rarely seen in the hands of ordinary Gridanians. The owner of this button is most certainly well-to-do. You may wish to take your search to the Gentry's ward northwest of here. Wait, memory comes to me. Of late there's been a man who's perpetually seated at the bench by the ward's entrance. His name is Ursendel, and I distinctly recall seeing a markedly similar button upon the breast of his jacket. I dare say Heath can tell you a thing or two about it. One more step. I just want to go to Hockey Manor. Come on. But I'm pretty sure the main story quest picks up at 30 past that. I do not believe we are acquainted. Pray, leave me to my thoughts. Look at this button! Look at it and tell me what's up! The sigil of the Dartencourt's family. How? How is it that you came to be in possession of this button? From the body of a murdered woman. Her face, was it marred in any way? I'd feared as much. I can no longer feign ignorance. I shall reveal to you the truth of the deaths, but on one condition. You promise to put an end to my lady's madness and free her from her torment. Skeletons in her closet. Ursendel has a confession to make regarding the mysterious murders. I was once a manservant in the employ of one of the oldest and proudest families in Gridania, the Dartencourts. During that time I had the honor of waiting upon Lady Amandine, mistress of the household. Fair as summer she was, and possessed of a heart befitting her radiance. Alas, the calamity wrought a great change in her. Though my lady escaped with her life, death may well have been a kinder fate. Never will I forget the day her bandages were removed, and she beheld her disfigured face for the first time. At that moment the kindly woman I knew ceased to be. Unable to bear the thought of being seen, my lady sequestered herself within her chambers and refused all company. This continued for many uneasy moons, until one day without warnings, she began receiving queer guests. None among us knew whence they came, these masked men, but my lady believed that they would help her to regain that which she had lost. So began the rites of rejuvenation. These rituals seemed innocent enough in the beginning, but grew ever more grotesque as the time went by. Eventually there came a day when my lady bound one of her handmaidens to her bed and proceeded to mutilate the poor girl's face. Suffice it to say, she did not survive the ordeal. It fell to me to dispose of the body. I performed the dreadful task as bade, obedient servant that I was, but when the time came to return to the house, my legs refused to move. I knew then that I could not go back to that place. Not after the nightmare I had witnessed. So it was that I left Hauke Manor, my home for nigh on half a century. Long did I weep for the girl who was slain, and longer still for the woman that Lady Amandine had been. Yet one cannot weep forever, and I endeavored to put the matter behind me. Indeed, I had resolved never to speak of my experience until you appeared before me. My lady's madness must be ended, lest more innocent lives be lost. Lay her tormented soul to rest, as you swore to me you would. She awaits you at Hauke Manor, on the western edge of the central shroud. Go now. Go and do what must be done. I'll kill this lady, but you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay real good, both for your crimes and for my services as an assassin. Finish my sandwich real quick, and then I believe I will go on foot. Not on foot, but on the ground. Oh, it's our good buddy, the Great Serpent of Ronka. And right up the giant root. I don't want to fly. I want to ride on the ground. Show off the scenery. And once again, we are outdoors at night, so you can't actually see everything clearly. Every damn time. Floating eyeball monsters. Well, howdy do. And this man from the Adventurer Guild just chilling here. Like, what's up? This mansion is full of demons, and I haven't told anyone about it. Ha ha ha. Alright. Our compatriot of Scion investigators into the demon party. It's about damn time. Spooky. Hockey Manor is actually probably one of my favorite. I like the way it kind of wraps back in on itself. It feels like a real lived-in place. Oh shit, it's a succubus. Quick. A tiny key. Hooray! There's actually some decent treasure in here. or at least some stuff that you use for furniture making that sells decent. And let's get you over here too. No dark mist for you. Quick knock, quick knock, over and over, forever. I can't remember, was there anything in that room? No. You know I'm a cool Robin Hood guy because I stand on tables to shoot my arrows. I have the high ground, Carpet Stain. It's over. Venomous Bite. Wind Bite. Not that she's going to last long enough for applying my damage over time spells to really be worth it. Come, friends, let us steal their piano and be away. Oh yeah, that fine wax. If prices are still good, that'll go for about 15 to 20,000 gil. Let my dudes fight over there while I get this key. Alright, you got this, team. I believe in you. Even though I'm the only person here who understands how area of effect attacks work. So if I just left you to your own devices, you would take a million years to kill all these things. Oh crap! Devil Lady. No dark mist for you. Once again, I am too good at interrupt. Because I have played the Nier raids. one of the reasons that I'm looking forward to playing Warrior instead of Archer is that even though like Warrior's gameplay isn't that much more interesting than Archer's at this level, but being the tank as compared to being a ranged DPS means that it's a little easier to make things visually interesting. You know, having to dodge AoEs and be up close to the enemies and stuff, as opposed to just standing back in one position and just letting fly. Because there aren't really enough bosses that force complex movement at this level. Then again, these bosses have all changed recently, and I don't remember what the new version of this one does, so we are going to find out together. What is your deal now, Manor Claviger? What do you see? Nothing super interesting so far. Reapply my damage over times. Oh, her Dark Mist is not interruptible. Oh, aren't you fancy? I suppose I could limit break her, but she's almost dead anyway. Well, that was not an incredibly complex fight, but hey, could have been worse. We could be back in Sastasha. Customary to jump off the balcony and ambush these guys from above, but I am civilized, damn it. Oh, crap. Oh. Oh, hey, good for you, little Scion Marauder, for actually using your interrupt for once. 2 tiny keys. Yeah, I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but one of the principles of this run will be 100% map completion for old dungeons. So I will be going and doing all the side rooms with treasure chests that people normally ignore. Because, you know, what's it add to the dungeon run? Like 2 minutes? Uh-oh. More bad guys. And nobody else I can get to without unlocking the door. Oh well. Skeletons. I'll put so many arrows into you! Like, I don't know, however much that guy was like, oh, things only went bad after the calamity and her face got all screwed up. This house has clearly had a dungeon for a while. You don't just build a dungeon, you know? Like, I have seen sex dungeons. A recreational dungeon looks like. This is not the friendly kind. Unless you've got some very specific tastes. Yellow key. Could that be special in some way? Find the visual angle that makes the least sense for the viewers. Alright, and you will note I have one tiny key left. I can never remember which of these two guys people always mark to kill first. So I'm going to kill the Jester first. And hope that's the right one. But I'm going to dot them both. Oh, my NPCs do not appear interested in killing the Jester first. So now it's a contest. Can I do more damage than the three of them combined? The answer is yes. Especially if I stop adding damage overtimes to their target. Oh no, he's hurting me a very small amount with his ice spikes. What will I do? Oh, the healer will be upset because they can't DPS instead of fighting. The three of you suck. You're fired. Nah, I forgive you. You're good kids. Not everybody can keep up with a level-capped warrior of light. Sometimes I forget that I'm a legit, straight-up hero. Alright, we'll come back and do the goofy eye in a minute. But first, let's fight these dogs. So tired of casting Quick Knock and nothing but Quick Knock. If I had like one huge complaint, like if I had the chance to bring up just one issue with the development team, it's that their design for classes does not really keep the low-level experience in mind very often. There are so many classes where when you get synced down to a lower level, you're just like, oh, these are the powers I've got? Ugh. Oh, just all my guys teleporting through the wall to fight these servitors' lanterns. Okay. That's not weird at all. Hey, first-person view, that's not at all uncomfortable. Holy epilepsy warning. For doing the extra treasure room. Underpants. This extremely crappy looking white mage staff. Neat. It's alright. That fine wax is the real winner here. This is a master crafter. I can take that and I can turn it into all kinds of high-grade hockey manner that will take months to sell and ultimately not be worth the effort. Level 5 Petrify. You fool. We're all level 31. Or I'm level 31 and they're all 28. That's cool. That's cool that my duty support people are all at the minimum and I'm at the maximum. Uh-oh. I believe we have a succubus problem. Well, nothing for it but to perforate her beautiful body with a bajillion poisoned arrows. Yeah, I'm not looking at it. Uh-oh. We got ads. Target the ads, friend. Kill her before she can put up stone skin. Come on. Oh, great. Oh. What? I wasn't looking at that asshole. Look at me. The old version of this fight had a bunch of points where if you killed too fast, but not quite fast enough, you could accidentally screw yourself over and make her flip out and kill everyone. And I don't miss that. Well, at least I'm frozen looking cool. Not like the spaz who doesn't know how to use a bow and arrow. Also, sorry for the term spaz. That is ableist language that I should boot out of my vocabulary. No shit. I could have been using the limit break this whole damn time. Crossbow up the ass! What is the Dwachhill's Guile? It is a bow that is, I guess that's alright looking. And I already have the succubus card because I've run this dungeon approximately a bajillion times. What the hell, Scion Lancer? You didn't help at all. You weren't even here. Alright, you can show up, I guess. Scion Marauder, this is the last time I will ever see you. Good luck with your crap. Oh, well, hey, great. Glad I picked up that extra treasure chest, since it just gave me the exact same thing as the final treasure chest wanted to give me. And if I remember correctly, that should put the main story quest at level 30, or at least close to it. Oh-ho! Darkness has taken root within these halls, sprung from the most unlikely of seeds. One cannot help but admire the irrepressible spirit that quickened it to life. These Dork-Asians. You aren't La Habrea. You're just little turdlings, little minion-Asians. It's a pleasure to meet you at last, adventurer. You are every bit as intriguing as our master gave us to believe. There's no ordinary mortal who can acquire one crystal of light, much less 3. The crystals make you strong, and it is to that strength that the light is drawn. Heidelin shows well. A pity that your existence is irreconcilable with our own. We cannot well allow you to continue upon your present course. You gonna fight, punk? Alas, we came here not to play, but to take the measure of your strength from Master La Habrea. That task now accomplished, we take our leave of you. But we came in to tell you all about it, just because we're kind of egomaniac dorks. We're just, all Asians are huge drama queens, you understand? Ah ha 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 ha! Fare you well, bringer of light. Like these nerds. Alright. If that doesn't push us to 30, then I'm going to keep going until I hit it. I'm so ready to be done with Archer. It's a fine job, it's just not for me. Paid 30,000 gil to craft this Ifrit bow just for this stream. Oh, missed my turn. It is a decent looking bow though. You are returned. What's within the manor? What has become of Lady Amandine? You must tell me all. So she went so far as to consort with devils. Would that I could have done more to prevent her fall. May she finally find peace in the beyond. I know not whether the masked men you encountered are the same pair that first led my lady astray, but it is plain that they are of the same vile brood. Should the chance ever present itself, promise me you will visit upon them tenfold the woe they have brought upon others. But who am I to speak of punishment? By my silence I allowed, I know not, innocent young women to die in unspeakable circumstances. It matters not wherefore. Though through misplaced loyalty, cowardice, or both, I am in a better to gross crime. I will surrender myself to the authorities and accept whatever punishment they deem just. I only pray that the gods will have mercy on my soul. Cool. Good luck with that, buddy. Siege out. Flying goat, flying goat, going through a tunnel on my flying goat. Can he swim? No, he can't, because he's a goat, and goats don't swim. Look out! That was probably not accurate. Goodbye, flying goat. I love you like a brother. Good morrow, Siege. I trust your investigation is faring well. You've already said that to me like 3 times. Say new things, Tataru. You still moping? Yep, you still moping. Same dialogue too. Welcome back, Siege. Full glad am I to see you safely return. Oh, she's full glad. Take a drink. Tell me, how fared you on your sojourn in the Twelveswood? Eyeballs, ghosts, devils. 2 of La Habre's minions, and they sought to measure your strength by their own admission. The devils taunt us. It's beyond doubt, then, the Asians have begun to move in earnest. Would that we knew to what end. Yet I will not bemoan our plight. Thanks to your tireless efforts, we are at least aware of the encroaching darkness. Alas, we can only do so much. It is clear to me now that we Scions are too few to protect the realm against this threat unaided. We must needs alert the 3 nations to the presence of this elusive enemy, and recommend that they heighten their vigil. We must needs do a thing. Drink again. There's no shortage of misery in the world that the Asians might exploit. We have an arduous struggle ahead of us. Yet come what may, we must not allow ourselves to become lost to hope, for that is precisely what the enemy desires. We have gleaned all we can from the information available to us. Let us set this investigation aside for the present. Another matter has arisen that requires your attention. Let me know when you are ready to be briefed, and I will summon the others. Yes! 30! Goodbye! Archer! And hello, warrior! Warrior of light! Yeah, buddy! Hooah! Okay. So yeah, this is where we pretend that I went off and trained under a waterfall with a dude who's like, let your inner beast out, it'll be cool. Nobody's ever had any kind of side effects from cultivating a fragmented aspect of their psyche that was an out-of-control berserk rage monster. That's just totally great. Wrath of the Titan. Philia is waiting to brief you and your fellow Scions on a new development.
The Maelstrom requests our assistance. concerning the kobolds they sent such copious notes on, I presume?
Yes. And no. It has more to do with their findings, which portend a peril far greater than any beast tribe.
What sort of peril?
The worst kind. A tribe of kobolds in the vicinity of Limsa Lominsa has reawakened Titan. Our task will be to slay the Primal. The Maelstrom have sworn support for the endeavor. They are no strangers to the havoc kobolds can wreak.
Years before the Grand Company's reformation, two primals, Leviathan and Titan, chanced to converge upon the sea wall, wreaking untold devastation.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that, he said, covering the blue tattoos on his
There,
face.
by the grace of the Navigator, were the mercenaries Mervip hired able to fend them off. Yet it did not take long for the beast tribes to regroup, and they summoned their primals once more.
Thankfully, their second coming was decidedly short-lived, but that is beside the point. So long as tormented souls will them to exist, the realm will never be rid of primals.
The Maelstrom has kept a watchful eye upon the beast tribes, and the kobolds in particular, ever since. Which brings us to the matter at hand.
Unlike Ifrit, we know scarcely anything of Titan. Unfortunately, the only force known to have bested him, the modestly named Company of Heroes, disbanded 5 years since, and mercenaries are not in the habit of keeping chronicles.
Expect the worst. The Maelstrom's help is of course appreciated, but even if we had their whole armada at our disposal, we could still find ourselves overmatched. A pity the kobolds lack the gentle sensibilities of the sylphs. A peaceful resolution would be more than welcome. The echo will not avail you this time, I fear. If you are to survive, your steel must needs speak for you. No one would think you a coward were you to decline.
So you will accept? Thank you.
We can't very well send him to Limsa Lominsa without Y'shtola. Can we, Minfilia?
May I ask that of you, Y'shtola?
I never thought it in question.
Ever reliable. Very well. We will spare no effort to win victory. You may count on the full support of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and all not afield will aid the fight from afar. Thancred, Ida, go to the Grand Companies, tell them of our plight and solicit their support. Urianger, send word to the students of Baldessian, and Alfino if you would.
Wiener Kid!
Papalimo,
Hey!
compile all the information we have on Titan, little though it may be. You will be apprised of the tactical situation when you reach the Sailor's Ward. Provision yourself for the journey. May you walk in the light of the crystal.
Alright, back to Limsa Lominsa, my hometown. I will wield my sweet Ifrit axe until I kill Titan and make an even better axe out of him. Tataru! Did you see my huge burning axe? Isn't it radical? Yeah! Okay. That was a good chat, Tataru. Oh, let me put my mount roulette. She would kill me in her sleep, in my sleep. She would kill me in her sleep too. She would sleepwalk and kill me. That is a joke, isn't it? To the lymphonometers. Come on, boat. Hurry up, boat. Hurry up, boat. Hurry up, boat. Do, 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 do. Oh, is the Moogle tombstones active? People seem to be talking about it in shout chat. In which case, I need to go and have a look at what I need from the Moogle stones this time around. I know I've only got 2 more of the Stormblood dogs to get, and this one includes one of them. So I've run the Tsukiyomi fight a bunch of times, but never got the dog drop. Everybody look at my sweet burning axe! Isn't that the best? I'm gonna run through this crowded marketplace with it, yeah! You can't stop me, fuck the police! I mean, oh. We got a corpse. Are you a blue mage corpse? Yes. Okay, you did that intentionally. As did you, dead blue frog. Oh, that's why I came over here. I want to check in. Oh, Moogle stones aren't available in New Game Plus mode. Well then, I'll check them later. We'll check them in about an hour. Welcome to the Maelstrom. No, I need to stop starting dumb song parodies that I don't have any lyrics figured out for. Okay. Good to see you, Captain Zabak. The Scions sent word that you were on your way. To business, then. It is as we told the antecedent. The kobolds have once again summoned Titan. A little over a moon ago, we began to observe the beastmen moving south in increasing numbers from Ogomoro. Our scouts subsequently confirmed the object of their aggression. Crystals. Fodder for their fell primal. What's up, Admiral Cleavage Coat? Thank you, High Commander. You may leave the rest to me. Your deeds bring glory to the Maelstrom, Captain Zabak. Right proud am I to call you one of our own. Forgive the lack of forewarning, High Commander. The Admiral wished to address siege personally. We are no stranger to conflict. Long have the Sahagin and the Kobolds plagued our people. Nor is this the first time we've had to address a primal threat. In the past, when Titan rose to threaten the peace, it was the company of heroes. It was to the company of heroes we turned. But they are long disbanded, and we must look to other brave souls blessed by the strength to face this foe. So it is that we turn now to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, confident in the belief that you are Limsa's best hope. I hope you're right, but the situation is far from simple. The kobolds are not prone to unprovoked aggression. Did not the Thalassocracy make a pact with the beastmen that each would keep to their own lands, and that no blood would be shed? And was it not the Luminsons who violated this agreement, dissatisfied with their lot? So we then condemn the beastmen for defending their homes? Y'shtola, that's why I like you, because you don't put up with people's bullshit. Even a pirate must one day reap what she has sown. To choose your words with greater care, Lady Y'shtola. Stand down, High Commander. She has the right of it. And the wrong is mine. Freely do I claim it. Yet it makes little difference. Remorse will not shield us from Titan's wrath. Or would you have us fall upon our swords? My apologies, Admiral. The safety and security of Limsa Luminsa's citizenry are, of course, of paramount concern. Already we have observed disruptions in the flow of ether, further inland. The effects will be felt here in the city ere long. I ask much of you, I know, but the need is great. I trust I can count on you, Captain. Yep. Killing gods is what I do, and what I do is killing gods. You have my thanks, along with the full support of the Maelstrom. I await good tidings. That the kobolds should summon Titan demonstrates they are no longer amenable to negotiation. This being the case, we must needs prepare for conflict. We must needs take a drink. Before we meet Titan in the field, however, it would be wise to learn all we can of our foe. And I can think of no better source of information than the mercenaries who defeated him once before. The company of heroes may be no more, but several of its former members still live. It's said that one of them is employed by the Grey Fleet Mills in Lower Lenosia. Quite why a mercenary should choose to become a miller, I do not know. When you find him, mayhap you could ask him for me. I, meanwhile, shall seek his fellows. And now we go into my least favorite part of the entire game. I hate the company of heroes. I hate them all so much. Where are we going with this one? To Lower Lenosia, so I will just take the Aetheryte. I hate the company of heroes because they send me getting all their groceries for a picnic. It's like, oh, we're not going to go fight Titan ourselves, but we can't just tell you how to go fight Titan. Otherwise, you might get hurt, and that would be terrible. Well, like, you gonna do anything? You just gonna let it rampage? You know what would be terrible is if an incarnate Earth God attacks Limsa Luminsa and kills everyone. That'd be pretty bad. At least that's what I think. But I'm not a hero, much less a member of a company of heroes. Oh shit! We killed that bird with my car. Get out of the road, Mandragoras, beep, beep. Giving you that high-quality Final Fantasy 15 gameplay right here. Into your house. Oops. The Company of Heroes is the most celebrated mercenary band in the history of Eorzea. Even so, I must admit I have never before met one of their members face to face. I imagined that a warrior who had toppled both Titan and Leviathan would seek to bask in a lifetime of fame and glory. Yet he seems to have settled in a place distinctly bereft of adoring crowds. Lay down your burden, son. Come drain a pint with me. We'll have a grand old time. Find you a lesser three. You gonna say something, adventurer? Just keep staring. Huh? You want to know about the Company of Heroes? Ah, hell. Price of bleeding fame. Can't a miller mill in peace no more. Still, seeing as you come all this way, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to oblige you. Consider yourself lucky, mate. Old Tractoom was the company's best axeman. Now, what was it you wanted to know? Why aren't you wearing pants? That's what I'd like to know. Tales from the Titus Slayer. Tractoom is eager to regale you with stories of his glory days. So you want to hear the tale of how the Company of Heroes bested a primal, do you? Let me guess. You mean that bastard Titus, eh? Ah, if only you'd been there to see it. It was a mighty struggle, like the legends of old. Me and the boys fought him for 3 days and nights, we did. The ground trembled with every step Titus took. And when he hit you, boy, it felt like a cannonball to the gut. Ugh, just like that. Alright, what's that look for? I'm a goddamn hero, have you know? The people around here sing my praises. Don't tell me you only care about learning the secret tactics we used to beat old Titus. Huh. Well, too bad, because now I'm not feeling charitable. If you're so damn desperate, then why don't you do me a favor and kill those rats that have made a nest by the windmill just south of here? I do that, and then we'll talk. I was also looking away uncomfortable because your whole dick and balls are basically out, but okay. Very dramatic music before we fight these rats. Rats! I've come to slay you! But I will give you the strike. Oh shit, some of you damaged me. Good for you. King of all rats. There will be no parley today. So the beasties are dead, are they? Nice work, Venturer. Saved me the hassle of. Ah, never mind. Hungry Goobies. Tractoom appears to be ignoring you. What? You're still asking about how we beat Titus? I don't know, Venturer. It was a pretty risky strategy. The kind only a veteran of 10 square battles could rely upon. I want to teach you. I truly do. But unless you prove you have what it takes to face that fat bastard, I can't in good conscience tell you a damn thing. At the very least, you need to be capable of slaying, say, Goobu. Come to think of it, that ain't a bad idea. Them creatures have a taste for the flour milled here, so you ought to have no trouble finding one in the vicinity. Of course, I ain't asking you to cut one down quick as a skilled axeman like myself. Any road, why don't you try heading due west and stand and look out in case a Goobu comes calling. Slay it, and I might consider telling you more about old Titus. buddy. How you doing? Oh no! I'm slow! Oh, looks like there's two of them. Oh, that guy's got one. This is not at all how I have my buttons set up on my laptop. Oh well. You again. That Goobu that was harassing the Millers is dead. Didn't think you had it in you, adventurer. Still, you took forever and a day to get the job done. I'm still not sure if I should tell you our secrets. Dracdoom, I'm gonna beat you until you pee blood. The Lominson Way. Dracdoom remains unconvinced of your readiness to defeat the dread Primal Titus. So, as I was saying, I still don't know if you've got what it takes to face Titus. Maybe if you slew Dracdoom, you in here drinking again? If you are, that Goobu had better be dead. Oh, it's dead, Chief. You had me word on that. Cleaved the beast's skull in two with me trusty axe, I did. Is that a fact? What will your friend here say if I ask him? He'll vouch for me, of course. Ain't that right, friend? Tell me true. Was it Dracdoom who slew that Goobu? Or was it you? Chief, what are you saying? It's me, Dracdoom, the finest axeman ever to serve in the company of heroes, the legendary mercenaries who slew that bastard Titus. Titus? Titus? Who in the seven hells is Titus? Some primal you fought in a drink-sodden dream? The company of heroes slew Titan, you bloody half-wit. Aye, well, see, Titus was what me and the lads used to call him. That's the biggest load of Sahagin shite I've ever heard. Both of you outside, we'll learn the truth the Lominson way. Dracdoom, if you didn't slay that Goobu, you may consider your contract revoked. Yep. That's rough. You probably deserve it because you suck so much. Rogan in, ladies. A lot of people here. Somebody must have a few friends helping them out. Alright. Let's roll this mission. Alright, you know the rules? First man to smash this boulder will be judged the Goobu Slayer. And don't even think about trying to kill me. That's cheating. Just pick these boulders. They're nothing alike. Nah, hell's with it. Let the contest begin. Yep, tough poop there, guy. But even if I was sink down to level 30 for that fight, I still have very good equipment. Alright, I'll admit it. I lied about being in the company of heroes, but I'm begging you, Chief, please don't dismiss me. I've learned my lesson, honest I have. Save your blubbering tractum. Ugh. Gods, I should have known. Mercy, please. I didn't want to deceive you, I swear. It's just I keep getting turned away by all the folk I asked for work, and I panicked. See, the last job I had was at Costa del Sol, and there was this grizzled marauder everyone treated like royalty. When I heard he was a captain in the company of heroes, I finally understood why. I wasn't being serious when I said I was one of them, but you went and believed me, so I look, his name was Weisskate, alright? Weisskate. He'll tell you how to defeat Titus, or whatever the hell that thing's name is. That's what you wanted, ain't it? So come on then, tell the chief to forgive me. It's only fair. I think you should, I don't know. I don't have any particular malice towards Tractum compared to Weisskate and the company of heroes themselves. Tractum's a goof. Good luck with your life. The hell? Oh, this is my draft chocobo. My chocobo that's big enough for 2 seats. It's like, what's up with its coloring? My chocobo is black. But that's my company chocobo. And since I've never been to Costa del Sol before, I will take the road instead of the teleport. Weisskate, you giant piece of crap. Alright. Gonna try to be cool. Pardon? You wish to slay the Lord of Crags? We must slay him, Captain. The people of Limsa Lominsa are depending upon us. You fancy yourselves heroes, then, just like in the tales. Be not so quick to judge. Long have I labored for the well-being of you and yours. My associate here has bathed in Ifrit's hellfire and lived. He is blessed with a power that protects him from primal influence. Thus was he able to lay low the Lord of the Inferno. We know full well the risks, and have taken every possible precaution. We lack only the knowledge of how to enter Titan's lair. Pray be so good as to grant us the boon of your wisdom, and we shall be on our way. A man who can't be tempered. Useful, but it will not be enough. It is true that the company of heroes fought and felled the primals, but each victory was bought with the lifeblood of brave men and women. And Titan was the worst we faced. Aye, we defeated him in the end, but he took from us some of our very best. Even if you possess the power you claim, I have no reason to believe you'll succeed. Believe what you will, we mean to try. Though our lives be forfeit, we will not abandon Limsa to the wrath of Titan. You are passionate, I'll grant you that. And you deserved better than the greeting I gave. I'll not send you into Ogomoro on a whim. To be plain, I do not wish to see you give your lives in vain. I don't care what you wish. At the very least, I must have assurances that you are more than common adventurers. I oversee security for Master Gegeruju's estates. Perhaps you can demonstrate your abilities by attending to one of our... Ye gods, man, have you heard nothing I've said? We have not the time to perform trivial tasks. The enemy is at the gates. Do you imagine words can sway me, girl? If you dislike my conditions, then you're welcome to find your own way into Ogomoro. Though it pains me to admit it, I fear we have no choice but to acquiesce to the man's demands. Yet much remains to be done if we are to best Titan. Forgive me, but I must ask you to undertake this task alone. I'll use the time to see to the remaining preparations. Leaving the dirty work to others, are we? Very well. I don't see you doing shit. Pray do whatever your good captain bids, however trifling. Remember, the fate of Limsa Lominsa hangs in the balance. I would kill Weisgate here and now if I could. But I can't. Nix that. Weisgate would first like to verify that you are not a complete fraud. Weisgate can lick my hairy butthole. Master Gigaruju's request can be more demanding than you realize. Before I set you to your true task, I would like to verify that this won't be a waste of my time. A Nyx has recently been seen prowling the beach to the east. As you can imagine, my master does not want large, slimy creatures anywhere near his lands. The beast is cunning, but you should have no difficulty luring it out with herring. Slay the Nyx and return to me. Oh, and don't forget to bring me a leg as proof of the kill. Yeah, I'll get your groceries, piece of crap. Alright, Frog. Done. Well, did you deal with the Nyx? Lest you think me overly cautious for testing you in this way, you should know that we had an incident not long ago. A foolish young employee was dismissed for lying about his past. He claimed to have served in the company of heroes, but I knew for a fact he did not. Anyway, now that the pointless busy work is finished, I shall give you a challenge as befits your talents. A modest proposal. Weisgate has an important mission for you. Scrub my hairy nutsack. Just get on your knees and open wide. I'm gonna waste your time and humiliate you as much as possible. Two highly distinguished individuals are scheduled to visit Costa del Sol in the near future, and Master Gigaruju wishes to welcome them with an elaborate banquet. While money is no object, not everything Master Gigaruju desires can be so easily purchased. It is to be an extremely exotic feast, and so, Siege, your mission is to seek out and obtain the rare ingredients our chef requires. Naturally, such fine dining must be accompanied with a suitable wine, and by suitable I mean the very best there is. That, however, can wait for the time being, as I believe you have enough on your plate as it is. It will be a long and arduous journey, but you need not toil alone. Many of the mercenaries who once served under my command still live, and they will guide you in your quest. For the first ingredient, I would have you travel to the South Shroud and speak with Landinel at Camp Tranquil. What, do you mean to tell me that you can't afford to waste time as your associate did? Adventurer, if you have not the endurance to complete this mission, how do you expect me to believe you can outlast the Lord of Crags? Either do it or don't. I have work to do. Someday I will piss on your grave. That's going to be a competition to give all the Company of Heroes members the goofiest voices I can come up with. I do not think I'm going to get to the start of the next dungeon. I'm definitely not going to run the next dungeon in this session. So I got 25 minutes left before I wrap up. Give or take, you know, if I'm in the middle of something, I'll finish it off. But yeah, Brave Phlox's long stop and the actual fight with Titan are probably going to be held off until the next session, which may be soon. I don't know. I'm having a good time, so I might do this more often. Do you require assistance, adventurer? So this is the one who would challenge Titan. I've been expecting you, Siege. The ingredient you seek is the egg of a giant adamantoise. The method of acquisition should be obvious. You steal it from the beast's nest, of course. Simple in theory, but difficult in execution. Most who try die in the attempt. Will I help you get it? Ha! You amuse me. I will not jeopardize my position by openly assisting you. From me, you will receive only information. Do with it is your choice. Trial by Turtle. Landonell needs to explain a few things to you. Let me be clear. This business between you, me, and Captain must remain a secret. See, I don't regret my time spent with the company in the slightest. Traveling the world, meeting interesting people, killing them was all jolly good fun. Alas, Gridanians are by and large an unforgiving lot. Dito here being a rare exception. I've had to go to great lengths to ensure that I'm seen as a model citizen, with no taste for drinking, whoring, gambling, and all those other activities I so dearly miss. So understand that if you ruin my little charade by wagging your tongue, I'll fashion a noose with your entrails and hang you from the nearest heavens pillar. Well, what are you waiting for? There's a perfectly good adamantoise egg in the nest to the east of here, just ripe for the taking. Not that I expect you to live long enough to claim it. The mother never stays far from the child, and you'll surely be attacked the moment you lay hands upon the egg. There will be other heroes, Siege. You do not need to challenge Titan. Abandon your quest or your corpse will rot in this swamp. Hate all these assholes so much. Let this guy go first. Boom. Thrilling. All these people who are actually running it for the first time are probably like, what the hell is this level 90 guy doing? I thought you might have the good sense to leave this place. By your continued presence, I take it you would intend to persevere to the bitter end. Here's your damn adamantoise egg, jackass. Ah, such bravery, such recklessness. That'll serve you well against Titan. Leave the egg with me. I'll see that it gets to the captain. You should make haste to southern Thanalan. In Forgotten Springs, you'll find a man named Uod Noon. He'll be your next guide. Safe travels, Siege. Safe having sex with your mom. Guy whose name I already forgot, Landonil. Oh, yeah. I should have taken the scenic route. Because I haven't actually been to southern Thanalan, to the south end of southern Thanalan before. Oh well, too bad. There's a whole path through Amalja territory from Little Alamigo. But hey, too late. State your business, adventurer! So this is one Wishkid sends me. I am the foggiest what he sees in you, and until I do, you'll receive no aid from me. The perfect prey. Uod Nun wants you to hunt the most dangerous game. Persistent bugger. Very well, let's have a look at you. You've seen your share of battle, there's no mistaking that. And you didn't manage to obtain that adamantoise egg. However, that was not more than a display of brute force and blind courage. The nun I once fought also believed that his strength would save him. He was wrong, and now I am Nun. Many years ago, I joined the company of heroes to hone my skills, instead of challenging my predecessor before I was ready. Even when I was young, I understood that victory goes to the patient, the cunning, the pragmatic. That is why I claimed my position, and that's why I still hold it. And it's why I will not help an unproven whelp. The children of the sands do not offer aid to strangers. To do so is a sign of weakness. However, if you were recognized as a skilled hunter in your own right, it would be permissible to assist you. Across the desert to the east lies an Amalja encampment. There dwells a warrior renowned both for his strength and his guile. To even face this Amalja in battle, you must first find a way to lure him away from the encampment. This will be your test. To draw out and defeat the veteran. For this, I will offer you no advice. Only this worn spear. Why, you ask? You'll have to solve that riddle yourself. Now go, slay this old warrior and bring to me his necklace. Ugh. That voice is gonna kill me. Across the desert. The Segoli Desert is like they said, hey, you remember how much fun people had navigating Zepwell Island in FF11? No? Well, let's have just kind of a little pocket of that as a reminder. Alright. What up, Stone Spike 10-ad guy? I'm gonna let you land a hit before I kill you. Cool. Did that feel good? I'll bet it did. Anyway, enjoy hell. Oh, the hot springs with the naked girls. Oops. No, I think they're all in like their basic NPC underwear. Oh, did people actually stop the sandworm fate? Good for them. I'm gonna get a drink before I do this guy's voice some more. Tell me, adventurer, is our old nemesis dead? 'Tis a fine necklace, as befits a veteran of countless battles. It'll make an excellent trophy. The spear? It belonged to one of his brothers. I knew when he spied it from afar, he'd be unable to resist venturing outside the encampment to see for himself. Did you discern my intent, or was it dumb luck, I wonder? Either way, you impress me, adventurer. I shall tell you the ingredient you seek. When the worm turns, Uod's nun is finally willing to tell you of the ingredient you seek. A shame we did not meet when I was still with the company of heroes. You would have made a fine recruit. I wouldn't have joined your crappy club. But no point dwelling on what cannot be. You have a Welwick worm to hunt. Sandworms slither brazenly across the desert dunes, but Welwick worms are far fewer in number. Rarity breeds demand, and so their meat is highly prized as a delicacy. The only way to catch your quarry is to entice it with something it cannot resist. These worms prey on the smaller creatures of the Segoli. A freshly slaughtered angler carcass would be my choice of bait. There's an area teeming with anglers to the east. I will mark it upon your map, along with the location where Welwick worms are most frequently sighted. Be warned, the blood will drive the worm into a feeding frenzy. If your skills are lacking, it will devour you as well. Whatever. Once again, I am so grateful to the main story quest revamp for clearing like 5 or 6 superfluous quests from the middle section of this. Alright, goodbye T-Rex. Angler! Angler's friend! Oh, it's my poop kokopur. Covered in delicious Hershey's chocolate. Or whatever company makes Butterfinger, I don't know. Hey, worm. Bye, worm. And the random mountain button really likes this T-Rex today. You look well. Have you caught your quarry then? Here's your damn worm meat. Your skills as a hunter rival those of our best. I applaud your success, Siege. Don't compare me to any members of your crappy family. The U in the U tribe stands for urinal. The meat will need to be heavily smoked before I ship it to Weiskate. Worry not. You have my word that he'll receive it in time for the banquet. You must be eager to obtain the third ingredient. I regret to say that I know not of its location. For the nonce, you should return to Costa del Sol and seek Weiskate's counsel. But hold a moment. Since you'll be meeting the captain again soon, there is something I would like you to deliver to him for me. Just... there and back again. Uod Nun would like you to deliver a gift to Weiskate. The captain was always fond of this brandywine. I would be grateful if you could deliver it on my behalf. I was a reckless, angry youth when I first joined the company, and he would have been well within his rights to cast me out. Everything I have I owe to his wisdom and generosity. And also to the old nun, who probably did 1,000,000 times more than you to build this place up. Yeah, anyway. Weiskate was a firm yet fair teacher, an expert molder of men, and I suspect that is still the case now. Please give him my regards, Siege. You're not going to dress this up like I'm learning a lesson, like I'm being taught valuable job skills. This is a huge, crappy runaround. This is the most terrible plot. Oh no, there's an incarnated god, and he's gonna stomp all over the city and kill 1,000,000 innocent people, and... well, you better go get us our groceries first. To prove that you're strong enough... who gives a shit if I'm strong enough? If I'm not, then you send another guy. Then you send another guy and another guy until one of them succeeds. If this thing is so dangerous, then yeah, some people aren't going to be up to the task, and yeah, some people aren't going to make it. Hate this plot. Well met, Siege. Wardinel and Uod Nun both spoke highly of you. What brings you here today? Here's your booze, you drunkard. Ah, my favorite. I shall hasten away. No, you have but one ingredient left. Fortunately, you'll not have to travel to Aldenard this time to obtain it. Alright, the next mission starts us on the path to the next dungeon, so I'm going to call it here. Thanks for tuning in, friends. The next one will be sometime this week. If you have a time that you would like to tune in, let me know on Twitter. It's at Desert Leviathan. And I will do my best to adjust to streaming this at times when people are available. Like I said, I'm just kind of bouncing around the schedule right now, which makes it hard for people to keep up with. I get that. But just trying to see what times of day more people are available. Anyway, that does it for session 5. Let's suspend. and y'all have a good night.